ॐ अज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया सत्सरन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरुवे नमः। नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्णपृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्तस्वामीति नामिने। नमस्ते सारस्वती देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेषशून्यवादी पाश्चात्यदेशतारिणे। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद। हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्णा। I offer my respectful obeisance to all the assembled devotees, Vaishnavas and senior devotees from Balram Desh, giving a seva for my purification. Today is a very auspicious day for our Sampradaya. One of our Acharya, Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur disappearance day. So today we are so fortunate to discussing and in the assembly of Vaishnavas some of pastimes of Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur. Actually, in this material world, we are all conditioned soul. We are suffering life after life. Every birth after birth, we are suffering without Krishna consciousness. Actually, our position is, in Prabhupada said, we are all servant of Krishna. Jivere Swarabhoy Krishnere Nityadas. We are all eternal servant of Krishna, but we forgot that. We forgot and we are rotting in this material world. So, we forgot our consciousness, Krishna consciousness. Therefore, the Goloka Prema, Krishna Prema, the Lord himself appeared 500 years before as Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. The Lord himself appeared to distribute the love of Godhead, Krishna Prem. There is no any distinction between what is this qualification. It's a Brahmana, a Sudra. There is no any distinction. Lord simply gave Krishna Prem to everyone and anyone whomever he saw. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, 500 years before he appeared, he himself distributed the love of Godhead. And after that, his direct disciples, 6 Goswamis, they did lot of wonderful seva. They written lot of literatures and commentaries, so many books. The mission of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, 6 Goswamis, contributed so many literatures and they live very exemplary in Vrindavan. There are four main seva which given to Goswami Srila Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. They have written commentaries from the scriptures, then they execute the holy places, construct a temple, and he live an exemplary. The Goswamis also very wonderfully did all the seva. After that, the great saints, 3 important devotees, acharyas, who are first distributed our literatures, Gaudiya Vaishnava literatures, Srinivas Acharya, Narottam Das Thakur and Shyamananda Pandit. The 3 great acharyas who are first and foremost acharyas who are distributed our Vaishnava Gaudiya literatures. In this way, every time when the need of acharya, Lord sent his own personal associate from Goloka Vrindavan, like gopis, mancharis, all our acharyas are like gopis and mancharis. They are an eternal associate of Lord Krishna who serve in Gopi Bhava, the Krishna Prema, that Madhurya Rasa. They appeared in this material world simply to deliver us from the clutches of material existence. And after that, the 3 saints, Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur, who is our main acharya in our Sampradaya, he also did lot of commentaries. Srila Prabhupada regularly quotes his commentaries, Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur and Jiva Goswami in his book. At the time, Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur was very old. There was a big challenge about Gaudiya Vaishnava, Gaudiya Vaishnavism. In Jaipur, Ramanandis, who are not accepting Gaudiya Sampradaya, Authorized Sampradaya, they confused that king who are following Gaudiya Vaishnava. They said that Ramanidis, the Gaudiya Vaishnava is not an authorized Sampradaya. It's a bogus Sampradaya. There is no Bhashyam. You should not worship Radha and Krishna. They separated actually. In Jaipur, there's the beautiful temple in the palace, Radha Govinda Dev temple. They separated Radha and Govinda, and they said to the king, Jaipur king, you should not follow Gaudiya Vaishnava, the Vaishnava is not a authorized Sampradaya. Then the Jaipur king wrote letter to Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur. That time Vishwanath Chakravarti was very old. He couldn't travel. So he was very old. So he had one disciple, Baldev Vidyabhushan. So very scholar and very important acharya in our Sampradaya. In our Bhagavad Gita also, Prabhupada offered to the Bhagavad Gita as it is to Baldev Vidyabhushan. So Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur sent Baldev Vidyabhushan to Jaipur. So Baldev Vidyabhushan prayed to Govinda Dev. He gave that Govinda Bhashyam. Govinda Dev himself gave to Govinda Bhashyam. He proved the Gaudiya Sampradaya is authorized Sampradaya. Then he established Radha Krishna worship according to Shastra. Then Ramanandis also accepted that. And after some time, slowly, the Upper Sampradaya was growing. So many places. So in 200 years back, exactly 1,800 I think, 200 years back, there are 14 Upper Sampradayas. 14 Upper Sampradayas. Auluka, Bauluka, Sagibegi, Sagajiya, Jadi Gosani, and Smartha, and Gauranga Nagari, Sakibegi, like that. There are 14 Upper Sampradayas. They are wearing a Kantimala and Vaishnava dress, wearing a tilak, but they are not following a original Chaitanya Mahaprabhu teaching, what Mahaprabhu taught, his mission, his message. They outwardly they are showing their Vaishnava like Vaishnava culture, but they are doing all the nonsense things, illegal sex with women, and drinking, and then gambling. There are so many Upper Sampradayas. That is very challengeable situation at the time. So general public thought the Vaishnavas are cheaters. They are wearing a tilak and kantimala, they do all nonsense. So in this way, 200 years back, there is no any respect to the Vaishnavas. At the time, Lord Send is one of the most confidential associate sent to this material world, who was Gaura Sakti Swarupaya. Namo Bhakti Vinotaya Sakshat Sachidananda Namine Gaura Sakti Swarupaya Rupa Anuka Varayade. Gaura Sakti was empowered by Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Bhakti Vinod Thakur appeared. He was alone struggling to establish our original Mahaprabhu's mission and teachings. He brought everything. He established a real Gaudiya Vaishnava. He fought with all the Upper Sampradayas and he established the original Vaishnavism. He wrote lot of books, lot of commentaries, lot of wonderful songs. Bhakti Vinod songs are very equal. There is no difference between Vedas and Bhakti Vinod Thakur. All the Vedic essence is there in Bhakti Vinod Thakur's songs. Beautiful, beautiful songs. Simple Bengal language, anybody can understand Bhakti Vinod Thakur's songs. In this way, by his writings and songs and preaching. So he prayed to the Lord. He was not fully satisfied. So he tried his level best to establish the pure Vaishnavism, Gaudiya Vaishnavism and Chaitanya Mahaprabhu mission. Still he did all these things, but he was not fully satisfied. He prayed to the Lord, oh my Lord, please send me your ray of Vishnu, your empowered son. Please give me a son who is especially for preaching Krishna consciousness. In this way, he was very humbly prayed to the Lord. He wanted one son to especially for preaching Krishna consciousness. Like Gaddama Maharishi and Devagudi got a son, Kabila Dev, Devagudi's son. Similarly, Kashyapa and Aditi got Vamanadev. In this way, Bhaktivinoda Thakura prayed to the Lord, I want a son, he is empowered by you, especially to preach Krishna consciousness. So in 1874, Bhaktivinoda Thakur and his wife, Sri Yukta Bhagavati Devi, in Jagannath Puri, one beautiful, auspicious time, the child was born. From the birth itself, he proved he is not an ordinary child. The umbilical cord is circulating his neck like a Brahmanical thread. And one astrologer predicted that he is not an ordinary person, he is a Mahapurusha. There are 32 symptoms, like Mahapurusha, Paramahamsa, their body, there are 32 symptoms there in this body, like eyes are like this, nose are like this, ears are like this, in the bodily effulgence. There are so many symptoms are there. So the astrologer predicted that this child is not an ordinary child. It's like blessed by the Lord. It's a special son. In this way, astrologers also predicted. When the child born after the 3 months, there was Jagannath Radhayatra, beautiful festival called chariot, Radhayatra festival. In Rath Street, still the house is there. Now the house has become a Gaudiya Math, Chaitanya Gaudiya Math. When the lot of people, thousands of people are pulling the Rath. When the Rath come near to the Bhaktivinoda Thakura house, the Rath never moved. The Rath becomes stopped. Never move. A small inch that never will move. It's stuck there. A lot of people are pulling the Rath. The king knows that, and he brought an elephant and pulled the Rath. That will never move. Then Bhaktivinoda Thakur, using this opportunity, he called his wife, bring our child. Lord Jagannath is here. We go and pray to Lord Jagannath's blessing. So he brought the child, he took the child and placed in front of Lord Jagannath's lotus feet and prayed to the Lord, oh my Lord, give your blessings to this child. Immediately the garland fell from the Lord's neck and the garland fell into the child's neck. And Bhaktivinoda Thakur became very happy. So he gave the name Vimal Prasad, Vimala Devi. Prasad means mercy. Vimala Prasad. In Jagannath Puri, whatever the Bhoga offered to the Lord, then immediately the Bhoga sent to the Prasadam, Mahaprasadam sent to Vimala Devi. Then after that, the Mahaprasadam sent to all the Vaishnavas. So in this way, this child was blessed by Lord Jagannath. There are so many beautiful pastimes in his childhood and his youth and his later pastimes. Some of the pastimes we are very, very, very important to day-to-day life in our practice. Devotees, sometimes we miss that determination. I don't know how many of us firmly stick in our determination. Last year also, when New Year will come, this New Year onwards, I will follow all these things. I will wake up early in the morning, before sunrise, before Mangalarti, I will chant 4 rounds. Then we'll do 1 or 2 days. Then we forgot that. How many of you have this experience? Kindly give your message in chat box. How many we have this experience? We'll take some vow. This birthday onwards, I will do this, I will do that. Then we'll do 2 days, then we'll forget that. Yes, Venkatesh Prabhu say, he's raised his hand. Yeah, some when birthday will come, or marriage day, or some New Year, or some other festival, or this Ekadasi onwards, I will do like this. I will never eat, I only follow Nirjal fasting. We'll practice up to evening, then again we'll do. Sometime we'll do that. Because our determination is like that only. We are not very strong in our determination. But from his childhood, Bhakti Siddhanta Maharaj proved that. Once, Bhaktivinoda Thakur brought some mangoes to offer to Lord Jagannath. Actually, Bhaktivinoda Thakur didn't offer that, he kept that in the room. So Vimal Prasad doesn't know it's offered or not. He took 1 mango and ate that 1 mango. Then Bhaktivinoda Thakur came, oh Vimal Prasad, what are you doing? This mango is for Lord Jagannath. No, we not offer that. How you can eat without offering to the Lord? It's an offense, no? he was very politely and very lovingly said, his son, before we eat the food, we have to offer to the Lord, then we take the prasadam. But he was just 3 years old only. Bhaktisiddhanta Maharaj, he was very 3 years old boy. But the incidents was very deeply go into inside the heart. From that day onwards, he decided, I am offended. I did big offense. I took Lord Jagannath mango, I eat. So from this day onwards, I never take mangoes in my life. He follow up to disappearing from this material world. Sometimes devotees, not knowing this, they came and offered to mangoes to Bhaktisiddhanta Maharaj. He told, I am a fallen. I have no qualification. I have no any qualification to eat mangoes. I am offended. Once I take mango from Jagannath, Jagannath mango, I took that without offering. From that day onwards, I never take mangoes. From the life beginning to the end, he followed that. That is called Yukta Vairagya. He is an Yukta Vairagya Acharya. From the day one, when he thought like I committed some mistake. In this way, his heart was strongly determined. In my life, I'll never take mangoes. And when he was in 7 years old, he knows all the Bhagavad Gita slokas, 700 slokas he knows very well, very versed. And he never read his material books, school books, he never read like that, never read it. Just when he go and hear the school and we come to an exam time, he'll come write the exam, he's the first man, one of the first class person in school, he's the first one, all the exam. Very sharp, intelligent. He always practicing reading Bhagavad Gita, Srimad Bhagavatam, Chaitanya Charitamrita from his father, Bhaktivinoda Thakura. He trained his son, Mridanga, Kartal, Puja, all that. He was so blessed because he's born in a Vaishnava family. Therefore, Prabhupada says, Grahastha got a children, no, that children are not an ordinary children, they are Vaikuntha children, like that. So, Bhaktivinoda Thakura trained very nicely. From the age 6 to 7, when Bhaktivinoda Thakura digging a land for construction, Bhakti Bhavan in Kolkata, he got on Kurma Vigraha, Kurma deity from the land. So he gave the deity to Vimal Prasad to worship. From the age of 6, he worshipped, deity worship he started. Deity worship started and gave a Narsimha mantra also. Then Hare Krishna Maha Mantra. From the age of 6, 7, we see his earlier pastimes. From the beginning itself, he was towards more and more interested in spiritual activity only. Worshipping Kurma deity, Narsinga prayer, and chanting mantra, hearing, always very constantly hearing without deviation. When Bhaktivinoda Thakur speaking Bhagavad Gita and Bhagavatam, he was very sincerely listening about all these things. He was very eager. And at the age of 16, he formed an assembly, August assembly. All his friends, college mates, and his friends, relatives formed an assembly, it's a celibacy, Brahmachari assembly. He formed a group of community devotees who are only following Brahmachari syllabus. From the starting, there are a lot of devotees are there, then slowly one after another they left. But that also Bhaktisiddhanta Maharaj very determined, he never left that. He was lifelong practicing celibacy. So many devotees come and went there, but he was following very strictly. When the assembly started, from the day onwards, he was sincerely following. He not disturbed. Oh, a lot of people are left. When I am alone, why can I follow the syllabus? I also go to marry. But he didn't like that. So he was very strong. Therefore, in our Sampradaya is like a Simha Guru, very determined and very bold Acharya. Then he stopped his college study also. Because he thought, when I complete my graduate, then I go for a job. When I earn money, then I attach to material activities and then married. Then I forgot to my mission. My mission is collapse. So he he not completed his education, college education, he put up that. He didn't complete that. So from the beginning itself, he was towards all the spiritual practice step by step. When he was, I think 7 years old, 7 years old, his father, Bhaktivinoda Thakur, was a magazine, Sajjana Doshani. He was the person who proofreading, the correct magazine, proofreading is then he did it from the age of 7. That much of scholar he was. And from the study, college time also, he was studied the Jyotir Shastra and Surya Siddhanta. That young age he got the title of Siddhanta Saraswati title, Siddhanta Saraswati. At that time, one of our Acharya, Jagannadas Babaji, Gaura Avirbhava Bombay Stadidya Sajjana Priya, Vaishnava Sarvabhuma, Sri Jagannadas Babaji, he called Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur and he ordered him, you are very expert in all the astronomical calculation, you will make a Vaishnava calendar, Vaishnava Panchanga. So Bhakti Siddhanta Maharaj created a Vaishnava Panchanga. That is the Panchanga we are now following. So our Vaishnava Panchangam, no, that calendar, Vaishnava calendar, which Tidis, Janmashtami, Ram Navami, and all the Acharyas appearance, disappearance, Kartik Vrada, and so many our Vaishnava festivals, Acharyas appearance, disappearance, everything is written by Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur. It's a perfect calendar. But nowadays people are following a Romani calendar. Wrong calendar we are strictly following. But actually we have to follow our Vaishnava Panchanga. Vaishnava calendar is the correct one. This Panchanga is based on Surya, sun moves, then sun rising time which was calculated. We are celebrating the daytime our New Year festival, Gaur Purnima and all. But general people are celebrating New Year in the midnight. That's why we are also celebrating. Anyway, so there is one famous pastimes is there in Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur period. As we discussed before, there are 14 Abhasampradayas. The Smartha Brahmana also there. The Brahmanas who are claimed by birth. Brahmana means by birth only qualified. Then Brahmanas only have a right to study Veda, chanting the holy name, mantras, worshipping the Lord. There are so many rules and regulations they have. They are said the Brahmana only by birth only they have do all these things, Brahmanical qualifications. Otherwise they are not accepting. Then the Vaishnava, the Brahmanas are seeing Vaishnavas, they are not appreciated. These people are simply chanting here and there, going here and coming here and there. They are not appreciating. And they are not recognized as Vaishnava also. Because they are so arrogant. They thought the Brahmana only, by birth only, we have a right to do all these spiritual activities. I think, I forgot the year also, in Midnapur, I remember that place, Midnapur in Bengal. Midnapur, there was one conference, Brahmanas, Vaishnavas, and so many leaders, spiritualists, they have one conference. They invited Bhaktivinoda Thakur for the conference. But that time Bhaktivinoda Thakur was little ill. He was sick, he can't go there. So he thought, what we'll do? Because Vaishnavas are so disturbed, because the so-called Brahmanas, they are hurting Vaishnavas, they are criticizing Vaishnavism, they are criticizing Sampradaya. So Vaishnavas always, they want a strong leader to prove Vaishnava is the best one. The devotee of Krishna is the topmost one. That time the strong Vaishnava Acharya is required. So Bhaktivinoda Thakur didn't go there because he was ill. That time Bhakti Siddhanta Maharaj wrote a letter, or one poet letter and showed to Bhaktivinoda Thakur. When he read the letter, he was so inspired because he quote all the Puranas, Vedas, who is Brahmana, what are the qualifications of Brahmana, and who is the Vaishnavas. He was pinpointedly noted everything. Then Bhaktivinoda Thakur became very happy. he was joyfully dancing. Yeah, my dream is comes true. The Lord sent his energy. The son is not an ordinary son for me. He is empowered by the Lord. Then he blessed Bhakti Siddhanta Maharaj and you go and you can conquer the Brahmanas and establish the pure Vaishnavism. So Bhakti Siddhanta Maharaj got blessing from his father and he came to that Midnapur district. There was a great conferences where the Brahmanas are speaking hours and hours about Brahmanical culture. Brahmanical culture is the topmost one. By birth only one become a Brahmana. He can do all the pujas. He only by the birth only we have to do everything. We have the right to do pujas and chanting the mantras. In this way they are glorifying their own thoughts and all. So Bhakti Siddhanta simply hearing what they are speaking. After he raised and speak about half an hour, he glorifying the Brahmanical culture. Yeah, Brahmanas are very great. In the very, very rare human birth. In the human birth, one born in a Brahmana family, he was so blessed. He can do a lot of pujas, he can chant mantras, he worship the Lord. In this way, glorifying the Brahmanas. Brahmanas are very wonder how he is. I thought he is the other party, but he is supporting us. He is our side. The Brahmanas are become very happy. When first initial half an hour, Bhakti Siddhanta Maharaj glorifying Brahmanical culture. And after 2 hours, he speak about Vaishnavism. Brahmana means not by birth. There are so many evidence in the Vedas. Lord also said in Bhagavad Gita, Chadurvarnam Maya system, Guna Karma Vibha, Guna according to Guna and Karma. Similarly, the Purana says, if one born a Brahmana, he is not a Vaishnava, he is not become a Guru. Satkarma Nipuno Vipra Mantra Tantra Visharada Avaishnava Guru Nashat Vaishnava Sapajo Guru. Even though one is born in a Brahmana family, he was very expert in 6 karma, Satkarma. Nipuno Vipra means expert, Pandit. Mantra, chanting, Tantra, and 6 duties of Brahmana, Patan, Yajan, Jnana, Dana, Parigraha. Whatever it is, Satkarma, Nipuno, Vipra, Mantra, Tantra, Avaishnava is not a Vaishnava, is not a he can't accept as a Guru. At the same time, when who born in a Chandala, dog-eater family, he is a Vaishnava, we can accept him as a Guru. Vaishnava, Sapacho Guru. In this way, he was glorifying Vaishnavas. Because Vaishnava is above the 3 modes of material nature. Brahmana is also including the 3 modes of material nature. It's Sattva Guna only. But Vaishnava is above the 3 modes of material nature. In this way, 2 hours he completely smash out all the Brahmanas' egos and all. The Vaishnavas become very happy. They are enjoying and chanting and dancing. Yeah, he is our Acharya. We got our Acharya. He proved the Vaishnavism topmost. Vaishnava is the best one. He proved that. All the Vaishnavas become very happy. In this way, he was so strong. So strong. And sometimes our Prabhupada also said, these Brahmanas and Smartas, they hate Bhakti Siddhanta Maharaj. Because he encourage all the Sudra, Chantalas become a Brahmana. They also chanting Vedic mantra, worshipping the deity worshipping, puja and all. They hate Bhakti Siddhanta Maharaj. Sometimes they try to kill him also. One time, I think in Vrindavan, the Jadi Gosanis, the Jadi Gosani means they are not following Goswami, they are not Goswamis, but they claiming themselves, we are from the Goswami Parampara. But they are not original Goswami, they are not following the Goswami's teachings and all. But they simply claiming themselves, we are a follower of Jiva Goswami, we are a follower of this Goswami, that Goswami. So Bhakti Siddhanta Maharaj smashed all these Goswamis also. The one time they tried to kill him also in Vrindavan. He brought all the devotees to Parikrama in Vrindavan. That time when policemen came to spoke to Bhakti Siddhanta Maharaj, they gave 25,000 to me. In that time, I think 1,900 or something. I told you, 1,900. That time they gave 25,000 to the policeman. You don't bother about them. You don't interfere that. We'll kill that person. In this way, they don't want to Bhakti Siddhanta Maharaj preaching because they want to kill him because he was making Vaishnavism like nothing. He's flourishing everywhere. The 64 Gaudiya he started, the 64 temples, wherever he goes, he encouraging lot of disciples and lot of temple preaching was, so many preachings going on. And the beautiful pastime also when we take initiation. In our Sampradaya, Gaur Kishore Das Babaji. Gaur Kishore Das Babaji is a very humble and simple Vaishnava. Vairagya Murtaye. Namo Gaur Kishoraya Sakshat Vairagya Murtaye. Vipralambharasambode Padambujayate Namaha. It's a Vairagya Acharya. He never want to see the materialistic person. He went to the public toilet and he chanted the Hare Krishna mantra because no one will come and disturb him. Because nowadays people are very interested. They go to Swamiji's and pay obeisance. Swamiji, you give your blessing, you want to do that. We want this material benefit, this thing, that so many things are there. But Gaur Kishore Das Baba doesn't like all these things, these materialistic people. So avoid them. He simply go the public toilet or when the Ganges, the broken boats are there. The fishermen are catching all the fishes. The bad smell is there. He go and sit there and chant. Nobody will come there. But Bhaktivinoda Thakur knows he is not an ordinary person because he usually come and take association from Bhaktivinoda Thakur. One time Bhaktivinoda Thakur called Vimal Prasad, told you go and take initiation from Gaur Kishore Das Babaji. But Gaur Kishore Das Babaji Maharaj strongly determined, he took a vow, I never take initiation, I will never give initiation to anyone else. He doesn't want to give initiation. Because initiation means you have to maintain lot of disciples, train them, you have to spend lot of time with them. So he want to practice his own sadhana. He was in the mood of always in the enjoying this pleasure by chanting and meditating lotus feet. So he doesn't want to accept disciples. But Bhakti Siddhanta Maharaj sent by his father to take initiation from Gaur Kishore Das Babaji. He went to Gaur Kishore Das Babaji. Gaur Kishore Babaji Maharaj, please accept me as your disciple. Oh, Vimal Siddhanta Saraswati, you are a great scholar. I am illiterate. I didn't know anything. I am illiterate. I am fallen. How can I accept you as my disciple? You are a great scholar. You written lot of that Surya Siddhanta. You gave commentary to the astronomical calculation. You gave Vaishnava calendar. Your father is a great devotee. What this is? How can I accept you as my disciple? He rejected. No. I don't want to accept you, my disciple. Then Bhakti Siddhanta Maharaj very humbly requesting and praying, no, Babaji Maharaj, you are a great devotee, you are so humble, please give your blessing. Without your mercy, how can I survive? How can I become in Krishna? How can I progress in Krishna cause without Guru's blessing? So please give your blessing repeatedly, several times approaching. Because nowadays, Guru is ready to give initiation. We are not ready or qualified. Because Guru is ready. Guru is always ready to give initiation. But now we are so lazy and so adamant, we are not ready to accept Guru. Because we accept Guru, we have to follow all these things, no? Some devotees are there, lot of several years, 14 years, 15 years, but they didn't take initiation. Because as soon as I took initiation, I have to follow. In this way, they are very clever devotees are there. But Bhakti Siddhanta Maharaj several times, like in our Sri Sampradaya, Ramanujacharya also several times approached Kosti Purna. Similarly, Bhakti Siddhanta Maharaj several times approached. Then he, one time, the beautiful plastims are there. And Gaur Kishore Das Maharaj said to Bhakti Siddhanta Maharaj, no, you do one thing. Tomorrow night, Mahaprabhu will come my dream. Then I asked Mahaprabhu, if he give permission, I give you initiation. The next day morning, Bhakti Siddhanta Maharaj asked, Mahaprabhu come your dream? No, Mahaprabhu didn't come my dream. Then another day asked, Mahaprabhu came, but I forgot to ask him. Then another day Mahaprabhu said, no, don't give initiation. In this way he was escaping like that. 1 day, 2 days, 3 days. It was postponing. Then one time Bhakti Siddhanta Maharaj was completely disturbed. Without an Acharya, how can I get Krishna consciousness? How can I be progress in Krishna consciousness? How can I get the Krishna prema? in the village side, there was a channel, river channels are there. They put a one big tree, the coconut tree, no, the only one person can walk bottom of the tree. The one side Bhakti Siddhanta Maharaj walk coming, and the another side Gaur Kishore Das Baba Maharaj coming. The Ganges, in between the Ganges. Then this time Bhakti Siddhanta Maharaj told Acharya, several times I was asking you, you are not giving your mercy. Then what is the use of my life? I doesn't want to, without your mercy, I doesn't want to live. I have to give up my body. I decided to give up my body. In this way, I had ready to jump in the Ganges. And Bhakti Siddhanta Gaur Kishore Das Baba Maharaj saw his determination and his humbleness. He was constantly approaching. So he finally admitted, okay, I have admit you as my disciple. So only one disciple, Gaur Kishore Das Baba Maharaj, that's Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur. So sometime Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur was giving class, no, Gaur Kishore Das Baba hiding some other place, and he glorifying his disciple, my Prabhu. See, my Prabhu, he was so humble. He was glorifying his disciple like my Prabhu is my Prabhu. In this way, he was glorifying Bhakti Siddhanta Maharaj. And another incident happened. 10 years, Bhakti Siddhanta Maharaj completely took a vrata. He never ate anything from the plate. He ate in the barley rice, put on the floor. He ate like a cow and chanted 3 lakhs holy name like Haridas Thakur, following the footsteps of Haridas Thakur. He was chanted 3 lakhs nama. I think 64 into 3, 192 rounds every day. Severe tapasya, not 1 or 2 days, 10 years he practiced. Upon seeing this, Bhakti Gaur Kishore Das Baba Maharaj said, Rupa Raghunatha manifested from Prabhu's body. That much determination and vairagya is there in Bhakti Siddhanta Maharaj Thakur. And if you went to Mayapur, no, that Chaitanya Math, that Govardhan and Radhakund appeared, his tapasya. Govardhan, Radhakund in Vrindavan only. Bhakti Siddhanta Maharaj practicing tapasya in Navadip, Mayapur. Because his tapasya, Govardhan and Radhakunda is manifested in his own place. Now today onwards you can go and see that place is there. Very beautiful place. Gaur Kishore, Bhakti Siddhanta Maharaj did tapasya, no, that mud is there. So that was determination he had. And after some days, Bhakti Vinod Thakur disappeared and Gaur Kishore Das Baba, one after another, 1 year after another, both of them disappeared. And all the Vaishnavas approached Bhakti Siddhanta Maharaj, please come and guide us. We need your guide. We want your association. So he gave us that tapasya and he went for preaching. Gaur Kishore Das Baba, another one pastime, Gaur Kishore Das Baba Maharaj, very humble and very simple Acharya, Vaishnava Acharya. When he said one time, I am a fallen and conditioned soul. When I left this body, I am so contaminated. So please drag my body in the land of Navadip, who the Mahaprabhu's lotus feet, Mahaprabhu's birthplace. No, this land is very pure. I was so impure. When I gave up my body, so all the Vaishnavas, please hear. When I gave this body, you dragged my body in the land of Navadipa, on the road. So when Gaur Kishore Das Baba Maharaj left the body, all the Goswamis, the caste Goswamis and the Sendhu bogus Sampradaya Acharya Saral came there. Oh, the Gaur Kishore Das Baba Maharaj told no, when he gave up the body, dragged the body in the Navadip mud. They want to ready to do that. But he had only one disciple, Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati. He came there. He came very fast. And he told, who is the person ready to come and touch my Guru's body? Who are you are? Last 1 year, anybody is there, last 1 year following 4 regulative principles? No illegal connection, no meat eating, no gambling, no smoking. If anybody is there, you come and touch my Guru's body. I am the only one disciple. I have the right to do my Guru's final Samadhi Mandir. I have only one right. There is no one is ready to, no one is qualified to that. If anybody is there, you come in front of us, in front of me and touch my Guru's body. He's challenged them. Last 1 year, that police wala said, no, they are very strongly claiming, no. I go and search, no need to search. I am proving that they are all bogus. Okay, I'll give another option. Last 6 months, they have anyone is followed 400 principle, you come and touch my Guru's body. In this way, reducing 1 year to 6 months and 3 months and 1 month, slowly the crowd is disappeared. And he is the only one person stayed there. And he took his Guru's body and makes beautiful Samadhi Mandir in Navadip. In this way, he was very bold, very boldly. One time, one Sagajiya. Anybody know who is Sagajiya? Sagajiya, what is the meaning of Sagajiya? Type the chat box. Sagajiya. Sagajiyas. What is the meaning of Sagajiyas? Hare Krishna. Yes, Prabhuji. Yeah. They decorated themselves like Krishna and decorated some female like a gopis. They wanted to enjoy with the females like Krishna dances with Ras Leela. No, they wanted to imitate that pastime. There was one Sagajiya, his name was Charan Das Babaji. In Jagannath Puri, there was one Babaji, his name was Charan Das Babaji. He is a Sagajiya. So everyone was worshipping him. One time the Charan Das Babaji came to Bhaktivinoda Thakur. He asked Bhaktivinoda Thakur, why your son not paying obeisance to me? Your son, Bhakti Siddhanta, he is not respecting me, not paying obeisance to me. He asked, the Charan Das Babaji asked Bhaktivinoda Thakur. What Bhaktivinoda Thakur said? My son hates Sagajiyas. He never turned about Sagajiyas. He silently went away that place. Another one time, that Bipin Bihari Goswami, he is a Shiksha Guru of Bhaktivinoda Thakur. Once he came to Bhaktivinoda Thakur's house, so when Bhaktivinoda Thakur saw Bipin Bihari Goswami, he paid prostrated obeisance to Bipin Bihari Goswami. What this person did know, he took his leg and foot and blessing Bhaktivinoda Thakur's head, he put his feet and blessed him. Vimal Prasad is standing there watching all these things. He is silently watching. When Bhaktivinoda Thakur passed that side, went away, he came to this Babaji, who is that Bipin Bihari Goswami. Who are you? What is the right to give your lotus feet to my father? You know who is my father? You think he is an ordinary person? He is a Nitya Siddha. What is the qualification you have to bless my father? Who are you? In this way, he boldly asked. So he went to Bhaktivinoda Thakur and told, your son is not an ordinary person. He is a very bold person. So in this way, future when Bhaktivinoda Thakur shared all this pastime to his students and all disciples. In this so many ways, in this way, there are several places. Bhakti Siddhanta Maharaj didn't afraid and didn't feel anything. He was boldly striking. In Navadip also, there are so many so-called Goswamis. They are also claiming we are the original from Goswami Parampara. And they also wanted to kill Bhakti Siddhanta Maharaj. Bhakti Siddhanta Maharaj also know this, all these things. But he never bothered about that. He was very strongly preached. And another one pastime, this final pastime will end this. There was a controversy about Gayatri Mantra. In Gaudiya Vaishnava, all the Brahminical devotees, we are chanting Gaur Gayatri also. Where we are doing Gayatri Mantra, that time we are chanting Gaur Gayatri. Some of the Brahmanas and some of the Sampradaya people, they didn't accept Gauranga Mahaprabhu as Supreme Person of Godhead. They are saying Lord Gauranga is a devotee, he is a saint. He is a saint, he is a devotee, he is not a Supreme Person of Godhead. In this way, they are not accepting Gaura Gayatri in Gayatri Mantra. But Bhaktivinoda Bhakti Siddhanta Maharaj fight with them, and he proved Chaitanya Mahaprabhu the supreme soul of Godhead. Aitreya Upanishad, Chaitanya Upanishad, and Mahabharat, and Chaitanya Bhagavat, Chaitanya Charitamrita. So many several scripture quotation he quoted. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu the supreme soul of Godhead have right to do all this Gayatri Mantra. We have to chant the Mahaprabhu Gayatri Mantra. Is authorized. He has proved that. In this way, there are several places. He fight with that Apasampradayas, bogus Goswamis, and caste Goswamis, caste Brahmanas. They smash out them, all of them. And his time, Bhakti Siddhanta Maharaj, his time he was very dynamic preacher. He had published everyday newsletter. Then one reporter came and asked, Baba Maharaj, we have a lot of newses, like political news is there, cinema news is there. How you are every day you are printing so many newsletters? What are the news you have? Then Bhakti Siddhanta Maharaj said, we have lot of news. We have bunch of newses are there. Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavatam. Even minute after minute we have we have made some newsletters. So he started radio station. He started the diorama preaching. That lot of dolls there, no, Chaitanya Leela and Gaur Leela, Bhagavad Leela, like diorama program and radio preaching. Then Brahat Mridanga, printing press, lot of printing machines and printing books. And Brahat Mridanga, radio station, newsletter, and preaching. Before he met Prabhupada, before he sent Prabhupada to Western world, he sent 3 of his most senior disciples to Europe country. But they failed. But Prabhupada did that. Prabhupada did. Bhakti Siddhanta Maharaj, first time he asked, 1922, Bhakti Siddhanta Maharaj met Prabhupada, no. First time he told, you are a very scholar in English person, why not you go and take this message to Western world? So in this way, we got Prabhupada by the blessing of Bhakti Siddhanta Maharaj. So today we are discussing some of the pastime from Bhakti Siddhanta Maharaj. I was so thank you to all the Balram Desh devotees. You are so tolerated because my English is not very fluent, because I studied in Tamil medium schools and colleges, and after that now only I am practicing to improve my English lectures. So you are patiently hearing my broken English language. Hare Krishna, Danda Pranam to all the Vaishnavas, giving a nice opportunity for my purification. Hare Krishna, Jai Srila Prabhupada ki Jai.